Alright, 5346. Walk in. Check the chalk.
You chalk my wheel.
You chalk my wheel. Here's our chalk.
Talk what you're doing. Whatever you're doing, talk. So now you guys remember.
I'm gonna start my bus.
Safe start.
I'm gonna safe start my bus.
So I'm gonna put my seatbelt first. That's the safe start.
Alright. Put my seatbelt first. Start my bus.
I'm checking my seat when I'm putting it. Check my seat belt. Make sure it's not tear or damaged and it's locking properly.
Checking my seatbelt is not tear damaged and locks properly. Start the engine.
Now you're doing safe start. Put your hazard lights on, 4 reflections, hazard lights, and also pass idle because the bus is sitting all night.
Start them off.
Pressure builds up. You want pressure to build up to the max?
Closing up the pressure. Closing the door.
Okay, pressure to the max. What we have to do?
Alright, I'm gonna start my air brake test. So my first step is the cut-in. I'm gonna pump the brake every 5 seconds. And my cut-in should be once the needle starts moving, and it should be no less than 85 psi. So I'm gonna turn off the fast idle. Start pumping the brake. 1, 1000, 2, 1000, 3, 1000, 4, 1005. 1, 1000, 2, 1000, 3, 1000, 4, 1005. 1, 1000, 2, 1000, 3, 1000, 4, 1005. So this was not a good test because it's over 85 psi. Oh, it started moving.
90 psi. My current is at
My
90
cut-in
psi.
is at 90 psi. So
So
for
my
my cutout,
it's now less than 85 psi.
then I turn on the fast idle for my cutout. Once the needle stabilizes, it should be between 110 and 120, no more than 140 psi. So my cutout was at 128 psi, so this test is good. So for my next step is a static test 1. So for this one, I turn off the power, the engine, and the fast idle. Once the needle stabilizes, for 1 minute, I should not lose more than 2 psi. Minute starts now.
Okay, minute is up.
Minute is up. I lost 0 psi. So for my static test 2, I release all brakes. Once the needle stabilizes, I start my minute, and I should not lose more than 2 psi. Needle stabilizes, minute starts now. I lost 0 psi, so this test is good. For the next step, I apply I apply brake pressure. So for this one, put pressure on the brake. Once the needle stabilizes, I start my minute, and I should not lose more than 3 psi.
You didn't tell us when you started the test.
Ah,
What?
my bad.
Okay.
So I lost 0 psi. So the test
Which
is
test
good.
was that?
The applied air brake.
Okay.
And for my next one, I turn on for my lower air sign or buzzer. I turn on the power. I pump the brake, and my low air sign or buzzer should pop up between 75 psi and 40 psi. Oh, 45 psi. Sorry, 75 psi and 45 psi.
$75, $55. $75, $55. Low pressure, $75, $55.
So my low air sign popped up at 70 psi. So this was a good test.
Okay.
Now for my other test is a spring pop-up. So for this one, I have my hands over the parking brake. I'm gonna pump the brake, and my spring should pop up between 45 psi and 20 psi. So my spring popped up at 50 psi.
Okay. Was it a good test?
No,
No?
it's a little bit too much air pressure.
No, that was a good test.
Oh, it's a good
Where
test?
is it supposed to pop out?
45 and 20 psi. It's still a good test? Ah, okay. Alright, so this was a good test. Now for my next test is the pressure buildup. I reset the master switch, turn on the power and the engine, turn on my fast idle. Once I reach 85 psi, I turn off the fast idle, and within 45 seconds I should reach 100 psi. Fast idle on. Fast idle off, 45 seconds starts now. So I reach 100, so this test is good. For my next step is the parking brake test. So for this one, apply the parking brake.
Tell me, don't go.
Don't go.
What you doing? Just tell me.
So I release my chocks or take out my chocks.
Okay, just say that. I'm gonna remove my chalk.
I'm gonna remove my chocks.
parking brake test.
I'm gonna remove my chocks to prepare for my parking brake test. So for this one, my parking brake is applied. Put the gear in drive. Let go of the service brake. Apply apply pressure on the accelerator,
No,
and it shouldn't move.
no,
No.
you don't apply nothing.
Just release the service brake.
That's it. You just put that bus and drive, and
The bus and drive.
and
Release the service brake,
the bus should not
and the
move.
bus should not move. Then for my service brake, I release the parking brake. Release the service brake. The gear's still in drive. Release the service brake, and the bus should move 3 to 5 miles per hour. And apply the service brake, and it should stop. And then for my next test,
Oh, so what do you check it? Your bus should not go
the
to
bus
the
should
left
not
or to
move
the right.
to
That's
the
what
left
you
or
check.
to the right.
That's what you
Alright.
do.
So for this one, the bus did not move to the left nor to the right.
Yes.
So my next step is the interlock test. For this one, I open the rear door. With the parking brake releasing and the gear in drive, I release the service brake, apply pressure on the accelerator, and it should be a dead pedal. So this test is good.
Secure the bus.
So I secure the bus, put on neutral, apply the parking brake.
Do that. That's you.